In my own childhood trauma group where I did my trauma work many, many years ago, my mentor, Amanda Curtin, would often tell us when we were in the middle of processing and grieving some hard part of our childhood trauma that as little kids, we didn't have a safe home base. That's an amazing phrase that has always kind of stayed with me in my own recovery. And then many years later, when I was running such groups myself, and I would hear the different ways that clients not only weren't safe with their parents, but that there was just such an absence of a consistent, safe home base. Things like protection. Little kids need like a respite from the world that we're trying to navigate. But as adults now, I think it's possible to eventually rebuild a good enough foundation beneath us about our emotional security, which is essentially creating what was missing growing up, which is that we're a good person and that we offer good things to the world. And most importantly, that we don't have to perpetually live preoccupied with things that could potentially go wrong or how we're being seen. I lived that way for many years. It's awful. I'm sure you're familiar with it. Building emotional security into our adulthood after childhood trauma takes some work, but we need to understand fully how we're being triggered to security issues and what we really believe about those security issues, about ourselves in the world, how we're being seen. And in this lecture that I'll be offering on March 8th, 2025, I'm going to be presenting more ideas on emotional security and more importantly, providing a framework for how to work on it, how to deal with the triggers as we reparent our inner child from a new place that is more about integration instead of having to battle ourselves so much about our security. Here is what is included in the lecture coming up. A video of my entire discussion on emotional security so you don't have to miss a thing. The presentation slides to kind of help you keep track with the main ideas and help you keep focus. And most importantly is the workbook, which is going to be covering the issues that I discussed. There's going to be specific journal-based written tasks about your patterns, some specific instructions on how to reparent the inner child, and stuff to really gain insight, as well as have a written plan on what to do about emotional security. So you'll walk away with a much deeper understanding of your emotional security triggers, have specific guidance on how to reparent your inner child to make more progress on these things. And also you'll have suggestions for tackling this issue for a deeper sense of emotional security through your therapy work, if that's your path. So you have some options on how to go about getting a ticket to this lecture. You can purchase a ticket for the event coming up on Saturday, March 8th, or you're welcome to consider joining my monthly healing community where you'll have access to the same lecture. You'll get access to the Zoom link and all the materials, as well as all the other courses in that membership, as well as inner child journal prompts and a live Q&A that I offer twice a month for community members. You have your options about just joining the lecture solely as is, or you can consider joining the membership and everything is right there. You'll get access to it when the event comes up. So if you're interested in working on emotional security, I hope that this lecture is helpful for you. And there's also going to be a Q&A at the end of that lecture. And I will see you next time.